Check, check, check. Is this thing on? Hello? Test 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, look at that picture. Okay. We have to work with that a little bit. Hold on a second. Don't lose that thought. Wow. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'm in Australia. I didn't tell you guys. I was moving to Australia. Hold on. Let me get some lights on here. Gee whiz. Oh, hold on. We're getting there. Ha! Oh, this is post show. That's even worse. There we go. That's pretty. I lost track of days. What can I say? Check 1, 2, 3. Timothy has to turn his speaker upside down. That's right, because I'll be speaking backwards. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. 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 All right. Well, you know what, guys? I'm embarrassed to say this. I forgot today was show day. Oh, man. And I have been furiously working on deadline. I've got a bunch of custom PC orders, some for the States and some for the Caribbean. And I apologize. I was so wrapped up in all of that, trying to get everything set. And you know how it is when you're doing something like this, designing and building a PC, everything has got to be perfect. And I was just focused in. 2 lemons for me. Yeah, that's at least 2. It's my age. Well, thank you, Martin. We weren't going to bring that up, but now that you did. Deep breath, says Kenny. You're among friends. Well, you know, Kenny was we were in the class together yesterday, the Vmix 101 class, and you know that's Tuesday, and so I should have thought today's Wednesday, today's show day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do I have my show planned on the back of a blank envelope too? No. Tomorrow was show day. I mean, have I got Paul Richards alfalfa hair today? Goodness gracious. I could talk to you while I work. Well, that's in a different room. But need a wah-wah sound. The closest I've got to a wah-wah is the ta-da. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, if you're just joining us, we're still in pre-show. Oh yeah, we'll do that. No, I can't do the show tomorrow because I've got appointments all day tomorrow. And it was one of those things. Has this ever happened to you, where you're just working all along and you have this sense of, golly, I've got all this free time. Why do I have all this free time? You know, it's like I should have had something scheduled during this time, but I have all this free time. This is great. I have free time. And then it's that oh crap moment when you remember, yes, ta-da, copyright 1989, 2018, Microsoft Corp. So what do we have to do? Because you are partially complicit in this problem here. We have to come up with a show really quickly that is going to be both fascinating and intriguing and challenging and fun. So you guys have got like 30 seconds. Tick, tick. Is this thing working? You've got like 30 seconds to come up with some good show ideas that we can do on the fly. No one called and reminded me. That's right. You failed. Steve says we love you anyway. Well, that's great. Okay. Show topic for Tom equals lemons. All right. Well, you got to help me a little bit on that one, Mike. I don't get the lemon thing. Tess says, do you have a lemon? We just challenged you to the Lemons for Leukemia challenge. Thank goodness I missed that. Tell everyone about the new class. All right, I can do that. Les, lemons. Grab a lemon, Tom. I don't have any lemons in the house. I have lemonade, but I didn't bring it in here. But, I mean, you know, lemonade is lemonade. You could do it live. All infomercial today, says Merle. Roll with it, Tom. It'll be great anyway. Okay, so the lemon challenge. Tell me about the lemon challenge. It's lemons for leukemia. Okay. Dave says all Mercial. That's 2 votes for all Mercial and a couple of votes for lemons. We're going there. Shock horror. He didn't watch Paul and Tess. Well, I didn't think today was Wednesday. I just thought today was this free day that came between Tuesday and Wednesday, I guess. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I tell you what we could do. We could do what Jim says, and we could open up Vmix Call, and we could invite an impromptu guest on. I'd have to put my earphones in for that. I have to put my hearing aids in. And you know who I'd love to have on as a guest is the person that I was corresponding with yesterday about NAB. Yes, that's right. Tess, the guest. Tess, would you come on? Would you come on a kind of a quick and dirty show? We can talk about cameras. We can talk about lemons. We can talk about the show that you guys did today that I didn't see. Is Tess up for that? We wouldn't have to be long. We could just do 5 or 10 minutes, sort of a cameo appearance. Haven't seen a reply from Tess yet. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tess is like, I don't know if I can do that. So we'll have to see if that will work. And while you guys try to convince Tess to come on, I'm going to do something real quick here. And we'll see what can happen. What else have I been up to? It's been an amazing February. Amazing February. The old part. Tess says she can hop in for a few. Okay. Well, there you go. Let's see, Tess. Do we have a way of doing a private message in this chat room where I can send her a private message with a stream key in it? I mean, not a stream key, but a Vmix call key. And Tess has lemons. Oh, that's good. That would be even better. Tess, where is Tess? We will all look away. Does that really work like that? Let's see. Oh no, that I don't want to ban her. You have been banned. No, don't want to do that. Let's see, what is that? All right, apparently this is a direct message, Tess. If you can get a direct message in the chat wing, then there is a stream key, and we need to get a Vmix call. Let's see, that's 51. Color, multi-view, 51. Let's do 51 right there. So if we get Tess in here, it'll be right there. Where's that? Right there. There we go. So we're waiting for Tess to come in to the show. So we'll see if she pops in. So meanwhile, let's see if we can get that audio activated. Yeah, that audio's on and turned up. And now if I can figure out how to get back to the regular chat wing here. I'm stuck. Tess is on Facebook. And we'll see if we can do this on Facebook. There it is. I should have thought about that to begin with. There we go. Okay. So we got that going. Now we got to get back into chat wing. There we go. Okay. All right. So Tess has got a key. Michael says, just whisper the stream key and we'll all plug our ears. Yeah, like I would trust you guys for that. Oh, my goodness. Chris says, make it a surprise guest. Send the Vmix call key to the roulette wheel. Mark says, does anyone know the episode where Tom shows off his newer microphone camera mount? You talking about the boom arm? That was, $9, $12 at Amazon. Not a big deal. All right, Tess, I put this stream key, the Vmix call key, in the PM on Facebook that you sent. Yes, the boom arm. I don't know if I did a video just on the boom arm. I mean, it's not anything fancy, Mark. It really isn't. It would be a huge disappointment because it's just a boom arm. Nothing fancy. Nothing. If you're just joining us and you're wondering what in the world is going on, Chris says Chat Relay is an online platform where you get all the random chatters from all over the world. I don't think I want to try that one. We if you're just joining us, number one, we'd love you to come to easternshorebroadcasting.com and get in on the chat, which is just having a great time today with me and my klutziness. Somehow, I know yesterday was Tuesday, and the day after Tuesday is supposed to be Wednesday, but somehow I got it in my head that today was not Wednesday, and so I was merrily working away. I've got several custom PC orders that I'm working on, which some with short deadlines, some not, but frequently you can build 3 or 4 at the same time. And while one is doing something, you can go, finish up on another. So I was in the process of doing that, and I had this tremendous feeling, like, I have all this free time today.
How do I make the output of Vmix?
So I was in the process of doing that, and I had this tremendous feeling. I hear noise. I hear.
Hold on, Tom.
Asking questions.
What do you need?
Okay, and so we're gonna turn Tess down for just a second. And we'll leave her up so you can hear her in the background. How about that? So anyway, I thought, I've got all this free time, I'm building away. And then about 10 minutes till 3 Eastern, all of a sudden I realized today's Wednesday. Wednesday's show day. Oh my goodness. And just totally dropped the ball. So my apologies. But my thanks, many thanks to Tess Protesto with Stream Geeks and PTZ Optics for popping in as a surprise visitor to bail me out. Now, Tess, as you probably already know, is going to be with Paul and the PTZ Optics team at NAB coming up in April 9th through 12th in Las Vegas at the convention center there. And I am going to be with Martin Sinclair and Tim from Vmix doing the trade show for Vmix.
I can move it. Here, look.
All right, so we got audio. We got great audio, and we can see the right side of Tess's head. This is awesome. And we've actually got a pretty
No, I'm
short
not.
delay.
Oh, turn the headphones there.
And Paul is
All right,
coaching.
there.
As always. Okay.
Look
Tom,
at
give me
this.
some audio.
Check 1, 2, 3.
You know, could
What
you
the
hear me? Are
heck,
you hearing
man?
yourself?
Of course.
I keep that on.
Isn't this
that.
great?
This?
It's kind of like leaning over their shoulder.
No, that's my
Yeah, I
microphone.
know. But keep it up. Click the cog. And then turn the headphones off so you don't hear yourself.
Oh. I mean, I do love the sound of my own voice, but not that much.
There you go. Is that working?
Now, can I hear you, Tom? Hey, don't mess with me.
Are you good?
Check 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, I knew
Go
it.
down here.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
go down
that
here.
never gets old.
Click that so you can see him.
Yeah, that's
There we
right.
go.
Michael Wilson's 25 minutes of Tess and Paul getting ready and 5 minutes of interview. I love that. Tess, you're here.
Yeah.
Paul,
I'm
thanks for
here.
joining us.
Oh, he's too important to stop for
Lemon
these
for you, Tom.
random shows.
Don't forget about your lemon. I'll leave it right here.
Okay, so we'll
Okay.
explain this to you.
Okay,
Okay.
tell me about the lemon challenge.
Because you were clearly not on Wednesday time,
I was
so you
not
weren't
on
paying
Wednesday
attention for either of our shows.
night. I was not. I apologize.
So, no worries, it happens. We were nominated for this Leukemia for Lemons challenge, which is you go live on video, but obviously for our purposes, we go live and you take a big old bite out of a lemon to spread awareness for, treatment for leukemia. And so we did that live today on our show, which was super fun. Everybody loved it. But you then get to nominate 3 more people. So that's what all the Hollapalooza is about that. We nominated you, Jeff Adams, and Live Streaming Pros.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, you got
Yeah.
a twofer there on the last one. That's the way to do it. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Would you do it? Would you do it at some point?
Of course. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm all about, I'm a team player. I'll take that challenge. A lemon.
I
huh?
thought for sure you would have a lemon in your house because you're the king of lemonade.
Artificial sweeteners. Yeah.
Oh.
We could do a version of that. I could take a big spoonful of just the dry lemonade powder.
Well, save it for next time. We'll make a big deal about it.
Okay. All right. Yep. I'm a lemonade lover from way back. Lemonade is
It
my
makes
favorite
me
drink.
excited to hear that you're so busy building computers that you forgot to go live. That must be good for your business.
It is. Well, I mean, other than the fact that I'm a failure at going live, little small details like that. But you and I have an announcement to make, don't we?
What? Oh, we
from
do.
our discussion
This
yesterday.
is perfect timing.
Isn't this great? This is kismet. All right, so
I know.
why don't you tell the folks the special announcement? Because it has to. I'll introduce it. I'll set it up, and then you can hit them with the zinger. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So everybody knows that every year, all the shakers and movers go out to Las Vegas in April for NAB. And this year, of course, Tess is heading out to Las Vegas for NAB to represent PTZ Optics and Haverford Systems. And I'm going out to Las Vegas to represent Vmix. And we're going to have a big old time. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do my Streaming Idiot show Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to do it from the Vmix booth this year. So I get this email. Tess, that's your cue. I get this
Okay,
email from
so-
Tess. That's what happens.
Yes, I was reaching out, begging and pleading for some screen time from Tom at NAB for an exclusive interview with him. And he had this wonderful idea for us to actually host the Streaming Idiots NAB live show.
Directly from the PTZ Optics booth. Using PTZ
Directly
Optics
from the
cameras.
PTZ Optics booth. Absolutely.
I think
So
it's
that's
going to
be a really fun matchup there.
It's going to be epic. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'd love to have a live audience. If anybody in the chat is coming, come over to the booth.
Yes. Yes.
We'll all meet each other live and have fun.
Set your calendar for Wednesday, April 11th at noon to find the PTZ Optics booth, which is in the main hall. And do we have a booth number yet?
C9945. Central Hall 9945.
45. Okay, Central
You're
Hall.
going to see a lot of stuff regarding that as time goes on. We're just building the schedule now, which is awesome.
And this will be the day after.
I know
the
my camera's
amazing-
not level. Sorry about that.
Hey, it was
This is kind
totally
of
impromptu.
random.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this Wednesday gig at the PTZ Optics booth at NAB in Central Hall at noon is going to be the day after we have the Streaming Idiots meetup Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. So it's just going to be, one idiotic event after another.
It's sure to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. We've
we-
never been able to hang out in person, Tom, so that's
No,
gonna be
that's
so
right.
cool.
That's right. And I got to hang out with Paul last year, and actually the year before too, at the PTZ Optics booth. And he came to the Streaming Idiots meetup last year, and we got to hang out a little bit. And we have some special giveaways this year at the Streaming Idiots meetup. So
Really?
I can't. Yeah. You'll of course you have to come, so you can get one. But they
Yes,
won't be
I will be
wearable.
there.
They won't be wearable, and you can't eat them.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they're going to be somewhat flexible. How about that for some hints? Not wearable, you can't eat it, and somewhat flexible.
Is it a useful item?
It is a useful item.
Okay.
And if you're really cool, this will keep you cool.
This will keep you cool.
I gave it away
I'm
with
gonna have
that
to think
one.
about that.
I gave it away with that one.
No,
I've said too much. I've said too much. Okay.
Well, you're lucky that I'm blonde, not only in the head but in the heart, and I'm not sure. So I'm
don't
reading the
believe that
chat
for a
here
minute.
too.
I don't believe that for a minute. So
Well,
I saw you.
depends on the day.
Tess, over here. Over here, Tess.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Never
I've
mind
got
her.
Tom on this
She's
screen,
working a
the
regular
chat on this
job.
screen, and you guys here. So
Okay.
when you say over here, Tess, do you mean here or here?
The second here. Okay, so I was watching Facebook the other night, and this makeup show comes on, and it was so cool. Tell us about your show.
It's kind of a slow rollout at this point because I've had a few hiccups these past couple of weeks. But using the PTZ Optics cameras, I'm starting a makeup live show. It's called Live Looks with Tess Protesto.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. So there's one episode out now. And like I said, I've had some hiccups. I'm supposed to have another episode tonight. But this past weekend, I did my best friend's makeup for her wedding. And I left all of my makeup in her hotel room. So having some
my
technical
goodness.
difficulties there
Oh my
with the
goodness.
tools.
That would be like leaving
So-
your camera somewhere. That's terrible.
Yeah.
golly.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And my first live show wasn't a total disaster, so that's good.
No, it was great.
Yes, and
But
I had
all right,
more than one viewer, so that was good too.
You're a content producer. I mean, you get it. Nobody knows what you were going to do or what you were supposed to do except you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't do what you were supposed to do, the only person that knows is you. It's not
Yep.
like everybody else is
Yep.
expecting this great thing, unless, of course, you're supposed to do a show at 3 o'clock and you don't show up. So,
It happens though.
so
Did you just have like an oh crud moment?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Here I am just, wiring and operating and doing all sorts of attaching cables and building stuff. And then it was just kind of like, oh no. Yeah. So, all right. So, are you going to have a makeup chair at the NAB, at the PTZ Optics booth at NAB?
Wow,
where
that's
people
an
can come
interesting idea.
do studio makeup?
That's an interesting idea.
I
haven't
would
thought of anything like that.
I would go. I mean, it would be just
You
weird
would?
enough to attract attention. You know?
It would be just weird enough.
Yeah.
How funny is that? I'll have to bring that up to Paul.
You never know.
Let's see
I mean,
what he,
I can't
has to
wait
say
for
about
you to
that.
do a tutorial on how to make this pasty white winter face look decent in front of all these
I
lights.
have the same problem. Yeah, I've got to have Paul be my model for that.
That would work. He would be hilarious, especially right after he's had a haircut. When he's got the little alfalfa going in the back.
He did just have a haircut, and
I
I
noticed
think
that.
he's self-conscious enough that he's trying to extra gel it down lately.
Yeah, olive oil works real well. Coconut oil, super glue, all of that stuff. Tell him, he can use any of that.
Super glue.
It'll work well for
That
him.
is too funny.
All right, so NAB, you've got a show coming up maybe tonight.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now.
Not looking good. All right, is it a
no,
weekly
because
show?
she's on her honeymoon. It's supposed to be, but I'm calling it a slow rollout right now
Okay.
because I'm having some technical difficulties.
So
She's
you're
on
in
her
the beta
honeymoon,
phase.
so I'm not going to even be able to see her until Sunday. So
Right.
yes, we're in the beta phase.
The beta phase. Okay. That's
Not
where
what
you
I would
work all the
recommend
bugs out.
doing.
Hey, when I rolled my
Yes.
first show out, I was in beta for like 4 months. and the early shows,
Yep.
the alpha shows were horrible. Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Even the beta shows were awful. So you are light years ahead. Because you're getting so much experience with Stream Geeks and PTZ Optics shows.
yeah, yeah. It's
I mean,
been
how many
fun.
shows
we
have you
a
done?
lot.
You've probably done 200 shows, hey?
I mean, with
not even
having
counting.
3 shows now, yeah, it adds up. I'd be interested to take a look back at that and see how many we've done since I started here. It's been over a year
that's-
now. We
That's
are on
12,
camera a
15
lot.
shows a month. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a time. Now, your very first show, you were foolish enough to have me on as a guest. And
We help each other out.
yes, and you were a little nervous for that show. But I dare anybody to go back and watch that show and to see if she was nervous. She was one cool cucumber. I mean, things were not working the way she wanted to, and she was the epitome of cool under pressure, at least
Oh, please.
on the outward appearance. And that's the way to do
Well,
it.
maybe.
Number one,
Well, I had a great
nobody's
mentor.
nobody's cut, nobody's bleeding. There are no bones poking through the skin. It's not a true emergency.
Right.
And
True.
then you just go with it. And again, everybody only knows what you tell them. Anybody that's tuning
Yeah.
into this show
And-
right now thinks, "Oh, Tom's got Tess on." They don't know it was
Yeah.
a disaster.
Oh my gosh. Am I okay framed right here? This is okay.
You're fine. You're fine because this is just sort of a spur of the moment kind of thing. So, all right. So yesterday we
Well,
started our first Vmix 101 class. It runs 6 weeks on Tuesday mornings, and had a lot of really neat folks in the
Wow.
class. Had a
So was it
documentary
live?
Yeah, we do it. It's interactive. Had about
Oh,
12
perfect.
folks.
Perfect.
We use Zoom for that.
Great.
Paul was the one that introduced me to Zoom several years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
and had Dave Edwards in there, and I think some of the people in chat today. Let's see, Mark was in the class. Had a documentary filmmaker in the class. Had a fireman in the class. I mean, just a great combination of folks. And they're learning how to use Vmix because the idea is, when you start out with Vmix, you're learning how to do what you need to do. So you learn how to do this, and you learn how to do this, and you learn how to do that. But you never learn all
By
the little...
what you need to accomplish.
Exactly. And so there are all these little buttons and menus and things that you never really explore because you don't need to or you don't think you need to. That's what the class was for, was to kind of help folks get used to the whole package. And it's kind of like a Lego set, and only being able to play with 10 Legos. And then all of a sudden they dump the other 30 Legos on top of it. And it's like,
It can
oh,
be
wow.
intimidating.
It can be, but it also can be like, wow, look at all these great new things I can do. Like you guys playing with, what was it, slow motion instant replay
Yep.
today. Yeah, I
We
read the thing.
just this past week figured out how to do that, and really, found that piece of the platform. So it's like a never-ending learning curve, but it was so fun to find that out.
It's like Easter. There are all these little Easter eggs out there, and you keep finding them.
Oh, you saw how giddy Paul was.
No, I
Well,
didn't. I
you'll
missed
see
it.
later because he is thrilled to have worked because he struggled a little bit at first trying to figure it out. When he finally figured it out, it was like Christmas morning for him.
So what's your favorite Vmix feature?
Vmix Social.
Of course.
That's one of the
course.
main things that really sets apart a live show from some of the other live shows that are out there right now. It's one of the main things that we constantly get on our on-demand replay versions that people who aren't so familiar with our shows ask us about. How did you cue those social comments? How did you cue the social comments? So that is and I'm biased because I love all things social media. So
Well, I tell you what, you guys have put Vmix Social on the map because it was just a little gem out there gathering dust in the corner. Nobody was using it until you guys decided to use it, and now everybody wants to talk about it. Holy cow! I think Martin Sinclair ought to be taking you guys out to dinner.
well, maybe he will at NAB. That would be fantastic. But it started as just a way for us to conveniently be able to see what was being said in the chat. Our producer could cue it and we could read what was going on. But it's also, some of those positive comments that you get. It's like mini testimonials that are available on your on-demand version of your live show. So people can see that all of these people are vouching for you and cheering you on. And it's just a really positive addition to your live show. So we love it.
Oh, that's so cool. And I tell you, the way you guys do it, because you take the chat from YouTube, you take the chat from Facebook, and do you take Instagram or Twitter at the same time too?
Just Facebook and YouTube for now.
Okay.
We
But
could
people
do
that are watching the
Instagram.
Facebook feed don't get the YouTube comments and vice versa. So when you put a comment on there, half your audience is like, oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know that because they hadn't read that comment yet because they're on the other venue. And I think that's a great
Yeah, and
way
for
to
the
tie
one
those two
man-
worlds together.
Absolutely. And I was just trying to say for the one-man producer, it's a way that you don't have to look at the YouTube browser and the Facebook browser separately. You just look at the Vmix social browser and you can see all those comments at once. So
Get out.
heck yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that. That is awesome.
Yep. So you don't have to, you only look at one comment page,
Right.
essentially.
Right. Now, what happens after the show's over? What happens to all the YouTube comments? Do they disappear?
At this point, Facebook comments stay, YouTube comments go.
Okay.
But this week, there is some recent news that I did learn from Live Streaming Pros. Apparently, YouTube is beginning to roll out comment saving for their live streams. I'm guessing in an effort to compete with Facebook.
Okay.
Really
Okay.
cool.
That's cool.
So that's happening.
Well, that's nice because
Maybe
sometimes
you'll.
Go ahead.
I said maybe you'll appreciate that too for because I know everybody comes to your website and it makes sense. But it'll be nice
Well,
to have that too.
And that's the craziness for me is I want people to come to my website because that's where the stuff I
Yeah.
sell is.
Yes.
Anyway, that's where the stuff is.
Is.
I'm hanging out.
What is
Thank
he
you.
doing? He's
Bye, Paul.
leaving.
He's leaving.
Bye, Paul.
At this time? Gee whiz. It's only 2:30. Oh, I'm on Central Time. Well, still, it's only 3:30.
Yes,
Must
it's
be nice to be the
3:30 here.
boss.
We
Holy
come
cow.
in. Yeah, no, we come in like between 7:30 and 8. So, and we're always working through lunch, so we get to cut out pretty early.
Oh, my goodness. Such fast-moving stuff. So, what are you guys going to do on your show on Friday? You do have a show Friday.
We do have a show Friday. Okay, sorry. We changed it around like 3 times this week already because things are always changing around here. But we're doing the Grow Your Show. We were bringing that back. I don't know if you remember that,
Yes.
but that's where we invite 3 PTZ Optics customers who haven't been selected, by the way. For those of you in the chat, if you're a PTZ Optics customer, reach out to myself or Paul, tess.protesto@ptzoptics.com. Here's my little plug. We
plug.
invite 3 customers on our show, and they talk about how they're using the cameras. And at the end of the show, it's a fun thing we do. The audience gets to vote for who they think has the coolest use case, and then we add a camera on to their production or a joystick.
Wow. Wow. How cool is that? So they show up and they have
In
a 1
lieu
in 3
of the
chance.
giveaway.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes. Yes. But somebody goes home with a camera, not just a free NAB pass or something else like that. They get a cam. What kind of cam do they get?
Yes.
They get a
I
PTZ
think we're
cam
just
or a
doing.
Z
We're.
cam?
I think that we've just gotten approval for the Z cams.
Okay.
So we have approval for the Z cams and I think the IP joystick.
Okay.
So it's fun stuff.
The Z cams are the bomb.
Ooh,
I have
I just
just
thought of something
discovered
else.
those. Uh-oh. What?
Breaking news. Tim notified us that Vmix is integrating with the 20X Z cams soon. Meaning Zoom capability within Vmix, Zoom control in Vmix for the 20X Z cams.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
In the
goodness.
future.
That's amazing. Is that are we supposed to tell anybody that?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay.
Yep,
Tess
that's gonna
says it's
happen
all
in the
right. So
future.
it's okay.
something. It's something that's going to be happening soon, and if it's not okay, I guess I'll find out after this. So I think it's okay.
That's right. That's right. Don't tell Tess anything you want kept as a secret. Yep.
Yeah, I think it needs to just be a big red clarification when telling Paul or I anything. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's out there now, so we'll find out.
But it's tough sometimes, when you get a secret like that and you get excited about it, and then before you know it, you've just accidentally spilled the beans, in front of thousands of
But
people
that's one of
watching
those
the Eastern
things-
Shore Broadcasting Show.
Stop! Don't. Oh, great! Now you're trying to make me even more nervous. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Help me.
You didn't
But
sign
that
an
was, I think,
NDA.
a feature that was
You're okay. You're
No.
okay.
okay. Okay, but I think that's one of those things that, like when you open up the PTZ control in Vmix, that it says zoom control, but it just doesn't let you actually zoom with the Z cams.
Okay.
So it's a function that's physically there, but just it's like not highlighted, not hoverable.
Right.
So it's something that needs to be activated, and that's what they're going to work on.
Well, since you're on the inside, let me ask.
Oh
That's what happens
gosh!
That's me. Hold on. Let's see who it
Cross
is.
your fingers, y'all. It's not Martin Sinclair.
It's Paul. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't.
Yeah, that's right. It's Paul saying, "Why did you say that?" No. I'm teasing. So you're on the inside. You're getting the inside scoop on all this stuff. So you're finding out about the Z cam, the 20X Z cam that's now going to get zoom control. Do you know if Vmix has any plans to implement focus control for the PTZ line? PTZ optics line? I know they've done it for, the Sony cam.
They don't already. I guess they don't. Is that one of those things that is unhighlighted, like I was trying to explain with the zoom?
Actually, you can operate
Or is
it,
this
but
making sense to you?
yeah, let's see. I've got one right here. I've got
Test it. Let's test it.
my 12X.
I
and
haven't
it's
heard any
actually
news about that.
running NDI. So I need to connect it.
Oh my gosh. I can't
Right
tell you how many
here.
times now Paul and I have gotten ourselves in trouble live.
Huh.
That's the danger of live streaming.
If you are not, if you're not pushing the envelope, 0.88. Let's connect that cam, and let's see if we can do focus.
Try it. Yeah, let's see.
All right, you ready? Do I look better or
You
worse?
seeing anything weird happening?
It's not working.
Look the same to me.
Yeah, it's not working.
Maybe that's our answer. Maybe we don't have control of that, and Maybe we
Now-
could feature request.
I got zoom control.
Yes.
That's more than you want to
So
know.
this is
right
what
there.
happened. I think that Tim and Martin happened to see our show when we were trying to do the Zoom control with the Zcams live, and it wasn't working, and we were all kind of joking about hassling them, and they must have seen it because they said they're going to work on that. So we're excited for that.
They're amazing.
That's where that all came from.
They are amazing guys. Yeah. They had
Yep.
implemented.
Talk about a company that listens and
Yeah. And predicts. I mean, your favorite feature, Vmix Social, is like 3 years old. They looked out over the horizon to see what the future held, and they said, this is a feature that we want in Vmix. And they threw it out there, and I imagine they were probably kind of disappointed because, not a lot of people picked up on it. And then Tess Protesto got a hold of it. And,
please.
And then it just and then Livestream Pros picked it up after you guys picked it up.
Yep.
And all sorts of people
And
are
that was
picking
really
it up and
helpful for
asking
them.
questions about it. And yeah.
Yep.
And it's a wonderful solution. And all of a sudden, the competitors to Vmix are going, Vmix Social, what is that? Where did that come from? Well, it's been there for years. Yes, and what we're using
wild.
right now, this is my favorite feature, Vmix Call. I mean, what do you know what you're sending
yep,
me?
and that's another one that the competitors were
Yeah.
like, oh,
You're
we
sending
better
me.
start thinking about that.
You're sending me 720.
I don't, am I?
Yeah.
I just got on here so fast. I don't know what I'm
800.
sending.
You
or
probably
from
just
where.
did the default. Yep. But I bet you could. Can you want to change it on the fly to 1080?
Where do I do that? Is that within Vmix?
That is on the Vmix Call input. Yeah. And right click
Oh,
that.
see, here's the zoom. Yep, I'm using a Zcam and see how the. Oh, you guys probably can't see this. The zoom isn't highlighted, but focus is.
Uh-huh.
Resolution. It says 1920 by 1080.
Okay, that's the camera. You need to go to the Vmix Call input that you connected with me on. The one that's 584.
I'm in the call, aren't I?
You need to right-click the menu. Right-click the input.
Oh,
And then right there, you can choose your output.
you're giving free tips out now.
Well,
1080p.
1080p.
Yep, did it.
It looks spectacular. In fact, I think your video may look better than mine.
We love the Zcams. Now this is the variable lens. This isn't
Yep.
the 20x, but
This
this
is-
one's supposed
that's
to have
the
a super wide angle.
Yeah. Oh, I've got several customers that have just purchased those, and in fact, I need to
Really?
get one. I need to get one for the studio so that I can test it and learn about it. But it looks great. It doesn't look
Good.
like a fisheye or anything like that. Now,
Yeah, it's definitely wider, but we don't want
Yeah?
it to be too wide.
right. Well, Paul did a
If
video
I'm
a while
closer,
back.
you can start to see. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that looks okay. Paul did a video a while back, and everything in the room was curved. The ceiling was curved. The conference table was curved, and it wasn't a good look. But you look absolutely straight and narrow. Yeah, just like you should. Well, not straight and narrow.
I'm
Anyway,
wondering if
I
it's because
butchered that.
I'm nice and far away, or
How far away
because
are you?
I know what you're talking about, and I don't know if it's like 4 feet, I suppose.
Can you touch the camera?
No,
Okay.
I'm out of focus now, but I don't know.
Okay.
We're live
So-
testing now.
Yeah, we're live testing. This is the good stuff. I mean, the chat room's going nuts. All right, so you've got the Zcam, the variable Zcam, which is a manually adjusted zoom, right? That's a 4x manually
And
adjusted
focus.
zoom and focus, and all of that's manual. But that lens is interchangeable, and you can pull that
Yes.
lens off and use a different lens. Do you remember the mount type? Is it like a CC?
Well, I have another
or
one
a
right
OC
here.
Or something
I'm not
like
good
that?
at this stuff, but you can look at it. Does this tell you, is this too far away to be able to tell? anything?
Yes.
It's like a standard tripod thingamajig.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the lens.
Now I know that's not. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The lens actually comes off, and you can put on different lenses. And so if you want to get rid of that just 4X lens, you can put on a different lens.
I'm trying to see what this says.
All this is live,
I don't want to
folks.
break it.
Yep. Tess
Yeah, because
explodes a
then when I have to bring it
Z-Cam
to
live. Matt Davis would be really ticked. You can't break
Yeah.
that. You can't break that camera.
No, I'm not. I'm too scared.
I mean, I haul these
I know
PTZ
you
cameras.
twisted on. Oh, there we
Yeah?
go.
Ah. Look at that.
It's a twister on our offer.
Okay. All right.
My favorite is the 20X because you can mount a little ring light to it.
Really?
You can attach an adapter to the front of it, screw it on, and put a ring light or like the Reflect Media green screen light.
And that goes
So
right
they're-
around the
they're-
lens.
They're cool little cameras.
Yeah.
Yep. They're
I
really
think what you
cool
are holding in
little
your
cameras.
hand is going to be the next standard home studio camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, I keep trying to convince the guys to make a kit with them.
Yep. No, don't do it. Don't do it because I want to do it. Don't convince them anymore. It'll be an Eastern Shore Broadcasting
I know
thing. We'll have it
they
part of our
don't know
studio
if there's
kit.
too much value in it, but I'm like, everybody that's like me, you know, a content creator that sits in front of a camera and presents. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yep.
And it's in the more affordable area of cameras.
Well, for people that started out with, for example, like I did, a Canon Vixia HF-R series camera. I started out with the R100. That was $100
have
off
to
of
Google
eBay or $250, $275 new. Now the R900 I think is out there, and that's $275 new. This is the next step up, $500, right? $499 is the Z-Cam VL. And
trying to
there you
think.
go.
The 20X might be a little more expensive.
Yeah, the
And I
20X
think
is
that
like
the variable
$799.
lens is $499, $699. Yeah,
$699
something like that.
street. Okay. All right. Well, look, you have been so gracious to come on, and I've talked your ear off, but I'm so delighted, and
I
I'm
like
very
hanging out.
appreciative.
So
And I owe you one, and I'll pay you back when we get to Vegas.
no, I owe you for my first show.
Oh, as hard a time as I gave you? No, you don't owe me anything. That was too much fun. That was just too much fun. And we're having fun
That
here,
was.
and we're gonna meet up in 2 months in Las Vegas at the
Yay.
convention center. And Tess is going to be co-hosting the Streaming Idiots show from the PTZ Optics booth on Wednesday.
Looking forward
And-
to that.
And all the Streaming Idiots.
It's
in-
12 Mountain Time or 12:30. 12
Is Vegas
Mount-
Mountain Time?
Mount-
I
Pacific
thought-
Time. Pacific
Pacific
Time.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Pacific Time, excuse me.
Vegas is Pacific time. Yeah, somebody must have jumped on your internet because your video's a little glitchy. It froze there for a
I
second.
think they all left.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, somebody's uploading a
they
big
left
file
me.
then. Yeah. Well, look, I don't want you there
It
by
could
yourself.
be the slow-mo videos because they take up a lot.
It could be. Could be. Well, Tess, thank you so much for bailing me out today. In fact, this probably will be one of the most popular shows I do all year.
Oh, stop.
I'm serious.
People
I'm
like to,
serious.
people like to see that, this kind of thing happens to everyone because it really does. That's the reality of what we do. So it makes it okay, right? Streaming idiots.
It's real. It's real. That's right. It's what idiots do. All right. So you've got a show Friday. What time is your show Friday?
2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern. And if somebody wants to watch, where do they go to watch?
You can see the scheduled stream on Facebook or YouTube. We're live on Facebook or YouTube.
And
2
this is your
p.m. on
PTZ
Friday.
Optics user group, Facebook.
PTZ Optics Facebook page. Of course, it'll be shared in
PTZ
the user group. We love our user group.
PTZ Optics Facebook page Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern time?
2.
2 o'clock.
2 p.m.
2 o'clock
Eastern
Eastern
time.
time. Okay, well, come
You're an
1
hour
o'clock, you get
different,
there
so
early.
you might be used to one.
Yeah, I've got a good conversion all the times, and most of the times I get it backwards. Okay, so that's Friday. Very good. Great. Super. And that's going to be the Grow Your Show show.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to say the Grow Your Show show? I mean, do you guys stumble over that when you talk about it? We got to do that Grow Your Show show again.
We would just say, oh, we have to do Grow Your Show.
Oh.
That's how we say it. It just ends at the first show.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. See, I learned something. Very good. All right.
Well, I don't know if it's right grammatically, but.
So Christy is saying in the chat that you are her hero.
Oh, you're
That's
my
right.
hero.
That's right. Isn't that nice?
Everybody in the chat, our audience really is our hero, aren't they?
They're not just your hero.
We wouldn't be doing this without them.
They are your champions. They are the people that take up your cause and share it in their community. And you guys have done a great job of building a community of champions that are out there advocating for you guys that are saying, look, PTZ Optics are a great camera at a great price, and you can buy a ton of them. And you guys are selling a lot of cameras and making a lot of people
And you
really
get to join
happy.
a club.
And you get to join a club. I'm sending 2 of your cameras along with one of my custom PCs to the Virgin Islands later this week to go into a church down there. Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
And we sent 10 of your cameras to Switzerland back before Christmas to go into.
I know you've been having a good time. That's
Yes, we have.
great.
And get this, they went into a curling arena. Well, everybody knows what curling is now. Nobody knew what curling was a month ago.
That's
But
not
I
Joe
would-
Calabrese, is it?
No, it's Martin Stuckey. But I was in the auto parts store the other day, and they were talking about, the guys behind the counter were talking about curling. Big, burly auto parts
becoming
guys,
popular.
football and baseball and basketball, and they're talking about curling.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Something
And so
about
now,
it is addicting.
PTZ Optics cameras are going to be a perfect solution for people that want to live stream curling, because you can follow
Love to hear that.
the rock, Yeah, it's a great solution.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you got to go. Thanks so much for bailing me out again. And
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
we'll
the
see
invite.
you in a couple of months.
All right, guys.
Counting down.
I will. I'm so excited. Almost less than a month at this point. Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. All right. Folks, everybody give Tess a big hand. Tell her thank you. Say nice things about her in the chat so she can copy those down and put them in her scrapbook. And we will see her next time. Bye, Tess.
Bye.
Okay, Tess is gone. And isn't she delightful? Isn't she delightful? Yep, curling, it's a curling stone, thank you. Yes, and Scotland is the home of curling, says John Thompson. That's right. Kirk says he liked curling when curling wasn't cool. And Chris says that tomorrow we'll see a 10-minute recap on CNN. I guess a recap of this show maybe, huh, Chris? That's good. All right. Well, we're glad that Tess would join us today, and we look forward to hanging out with the whole PTZ Optics squad come April at NAB. And look, if you haven't made your plans yet, you definitely need to plan on coming out to NAB. Yes, it's a trip. Yes, it's a hotel stay. Yes, it's some meals. But what you get is you get to experience things that you're just never going to appreciate by looking at pictures online or watching tutorial videos or anything like that. You get to see cameras. You get to see microphones. You get to see all sorts of gear that you would never ever get to see. Plus, you get to meet people like Paul and Tess and the folks at Magewell and at PI Engineering and Vmix. Oh yeah, don't forget about Vmix. You can come by the Vmix booth and you can see me. It's like, okay, that's the kiss of death on the Vmix booth now for sure. Nobody's going to want to come to the Vmix booth, but I'll be there. Like they say in Vegas, I'll be there all week. Well, Michael Wilson says he has to drive 23 hours. Well, Michael, that's only a day. I guess you couldn't drive it straight, though. I'll tell you what, if I ever drive out to Vegas for NAB, I'll swing through Mississippi and pick you up and we can go out there together. We could. And we could probably get RJ from Fort Walton Beach, Florida to go with us. So that's 3. We could carpool. I bet we could get Jim Jacobs to go, although Jim's a big guy. He's about 6'8", so he would take up 2 seats. I don't know that we want to get Jim. John says, remember what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, it doesn't. That's the neat thing about NAB. What happens in Vegas goes back and just blows up all over the place. Great new ideas, great ways of integrating products together to make new things happen. It's going to be really exciting, really exciting. Kirk says, is it too late to get into the Vmix class? Kirk, thank you for asking. No, it is not too late to get into the Vmix 101 class. The class started yesterday, but we did our preliminaries and we recorded it all. And so if you want to join the class, go to easternshorebroadcasting.com, go to the store, look up the live streaming rookies classes, and select the Vmix 101 class. Or if that's too much to you, just, I'll put a link in chat. How about that? We have this great new technology called the internet and websites and such. So let me see if I can navigate to this thing pretty quickly, and I'll put it in chat. But we had a great class yesterday. I have about 12 folks in the class, so it's big enough where you don't stand out, but it's small enough where you can get in on the action and share your thoughts and share your questions, and not feel like you're having to push people out of the way to get there. So, okay, let's see. Let's put that in. This is the link to the show is now in the chat. If you're like, Tom, what's the chat? That means you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook directly. So come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and you can get in on it. And you know what? I forgot all this. I forgot to record the stream. Thank goodness Facebook and YouTube are doing that. So let's see. Christy says bar cams, please. I think, Christy, we're going to have a live stream at the Streaming Idiots meetup on Tuesday night, but it'll be kind of off in the corner, kind of a one-on-one thing. Last year we picked up a lot of extraneous conversations when we were live streaming, and some folks felt uncomfortable about that, and I can understand that. If you're gonna be on a show, you want to know you're going to be on a show, and you don't want to be saying bad things about me and then have them get back to me because everybody saw it. So we'll probably have kind of a hey, how you doing kind of thing off into the side. Frank B says, what are your predictions do you have for new products for NAB? Well, I think, generally there's a theme that comes out. I think the first year I went, the theme was drones, and there were drones everywhere with cameras hanging off of them. And then that same year, the theme was in live streaming was NDI, because NDI had just been released. Last year, Vmix just released Vmix Call right before NAB. So it's going to be interesting to see. My hope is that we'll see some NDI cameras. We've got the new tech NDI camera. PTZ Optics is just inches away from releasing the NDI on their PTZ cam. I think, is it Panasonic that has a PTZ cam, and JVC is coming out with Panasonic coming out with an NDI PTZ, and I think JVC is not far behind. So the PTZ section seems to be really responding well to NDI. You've got the Bird Dog Studio, which is the little device that'll mount to any camera, but it'll be interesting to see if you get some cameras that are NDI compatible, i.e. you can just plug an Ethernet cable into the camera. I think that's going to be really, really cool, and I can't wait to see that. So I expect there's going to be a lot of NDI a lot of NDI stuff that works together. How about that? I think we'll also see a lot of software products that are adopting NDI now, both as inputs and outputs. Even though Vmix had it 2 years ago, I think we'll see a lot of folks kind of come out with it new this year. So that's going to be kind of interesting. We'll have to see. It'll be fun. We hope that some of the big camera manufacturers will adopt it. Sony probably not, because they have their own kind of internet protocol, IP video protocol transport mechanism. So they'll probably won't come out with a Sony one anytime soon. Dave said they'll do some covert streaming from the meetup for the World of Live Streaming Facebook page. That's cool. Dave said that Panasonic announces that they are all in an ad today. Well, that's good. All right. Frank said that his JVC rep hinted at NDI for their cameras. There you go. All right. Very good. Very good. I think that's going to be big. The one theme that I see increasing, and maybe it's just because my vision is getting better, is I see a lot of companies working together. PTZ Optics working with NewTek, NewTek working with Vmix, Vmix working with PI Engineering, PI Engineering working with NewTek. All these companies that are certainly, in some ways, they're in competition with each other, but they're also have a collegial relationship, and that means that they can share technology and make each other better. And that goes back to, and you've probably heard me say this before, that the live streaming world, we don't want to get a bigger piece of the pie. We want the pie to get bigger. And if the pie triples in size and my market share goes from, which is like 0.2%, if my market share goes from 0.2% to 0.1%, it still doubles if the pie gets 4 times as large. So I'm rooting for the pie getting bigger. Do I want more competition in what I'm doing? Yeah, competition is a good thing. The cream rises to the top. The best rise to the top. One of the nice things about competition is it allows people to sell themselves based on value, their value to the customer, not on being a commodity. And being a commodity means everybody's the same, so you just pick the one that's cheapest. But when you're adding value and you're becoming a valuable asset to your customer, then you're no longer a commodity, you're a single source item. And that's the thing that's delighted me about what we've been able to do with Eastern Shore Broadcasting, is that people will see, yeah, there's Vmix and there's Wirecast and there's NewTek TriCaster and there's the Blackmagic ATEM, but we really want to go with Eastern Shore Broadcasting because they know their stuff, and we're going to trust them to help us select the right products. And that's really been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I guess we are officially in post-show. And again, a big thanks and a big shout out to Tess Protesto with PTZ Optics and Stream Geeks for spending a few minutes with us today to bail me out. And you're saying, Tom, bail you out? Bail you out of what? Well, I had a brain lapse. I forgot today was Wednesday. I forgot today was show day. I was out building computers and all of a sudden realized today is show day. Oh my goodness. I should have known better. All right, Alfredo says, in the right corner, I see a little bit of green screen edging out. Oh, that was in the previous one. Well, yeah, that's in this shot right here. Let's cut back to that. And that is right over here. What you see is actually a desk that normally when I do a regular show, I throw this green screen. You see this green screen? You see how green it is? I throw this green screen over the desk so that the desk disappears. And then I have a little light that I shine right on that area to give it just a little bit more light. So that's why, and we turn the light on, and you'll probably see the desk better. So you can't really see that, especially when I go to this shot. So there we go. Yeah, the green screen is all about lighting. It really is. Really is. All right. Amnon says, Amnon called me last night at like midnight. Gee whiz. He's in a different time zone. He's in a different zone altogether. He says, Tom, can the Magewell cards accept 2 cameras that put 2 different formats at the same time? I added a camera that puts out 1080p, and the others are 1080 SF, and they won't play on the Kona 3G. I'm not sure what a 1080 SF is. I've heard of a 1080p and a 1080i, but a 1080 SF is a new one for me. I'm wondering if the 1080 SF isn't some sort of other measurement or indicator for something else besides the type of frames that you're sending, whether they're progressive or interlaced, and that there may be there may be some settings in the cameras that would allow you to put out 1080p or 1080i for that matter. And the Magewells will accept, one camera can be 1080p, another camera can be 1080i, another camera can be set for 720p, and the Magewells will bring them in. You don't really want to upscale 720 to 1080, but you could downscale everything to 720 and be good. Oh, Timothy says progressive segmented. There we go. So says Dave. So that means, a progressive segmented frame. SF. Never heard of it. Amnon says he spent 2 days with Canon and with AJA to no avail. And that's what you were calling me about last night. That's it. You call Canon, they can't help you. You call AJA, they can't help you. And then you say, okay, we got to call that Sinclair guy. Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. I'm buying you coffee the next time I go through Charlotte, North Carolina. That is too funny. I don't know anything about the Aja card, but I know the Magewell card will accept a variety of stuff. I mean, it's a garbage collector. It'll take any kind of video just about. You use the HFR 100, yes, and the HFR 200, yes, and those are HDMI, the little mini HDMI on the camera to the full-size HDMI on the card. And Martin K says, yes, each input on a Magewell card can accept a different format. There you go. That's a definitive response right there. Thank you, Martin. Tommy says that the 1080 SF is one of those sanctuary videos. Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. Tommy, you're a character. Tommy, you can go with Michael Wilson and RJ and I to NAB the next time we drive out there. Yep. Oh, hey, yeah, I forgot to mention to Tess, but Jeff Adams asked me to come be on an NAB show on Saturday while the conference is going on before the trade show opens on the broadcast beat. So I think Paul Richards is going to be on it too. So it should be fun. Well, I'll get you some details from that when we know as to time and channel. Amnon, I would wonder if you're using an HFR 100 and an HFR 600, that those should be, I mean, if they're both Canons, that they should be similar, but I've never heard the SF. He says he's got a Sony cam, and luckily it puts out SF. Oh, is the Aja card looking for SF? A segmented frame sounds like interlacing, doesn't it? But I'm not an expert in that category. Dave asks, is it SF or is it PSF? Yeah, progressive segmented frames, I guess, could be P, and then segmented frames could be I. The Aja card is looking for all 4 to be the same. Well, there you go. That's So you're going to have 4. Thank you, Timothy. He's like progressive segmented frame. Here's a Wikipedia link. Let's see what that says real quick. It says PSF, SF, or SF is a scheme designed to acquire, store, modify, and distribute progressive scan video using interlaced equipment. And Martin K says the same thing. PSF is progressive, sent as if it were an interlaced signal. I'll be darned. Amnon, does a camera have an option to turn that off or to switch it to something that is more attuned to what... I mean, I've never bounced on that. That's really cool. With PSF, a progressive frame is divided into 2 segments, with the odd lines in one segment and the even lines in the next segment. Technically, the segments are equivalent to interlaced fields, but unlike native interlaced video, there's no motion between the 2 fields that make up the video frame. Both fields represent the same instant in time. This technique allows for a progressive picture to be processed through the same electronic circuitry that is used to store, process, and route interlaced video. There you go. Thank you to Timothy McGowan for the Wikipedia link. Dave says you see PSF in the Blackmagic desktop setup. Huh. And Martin says that... Oh, I already got that one. Yeah. So Mark says, so like a wrapper of some kind? Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it chops it up. Amnon said that Dawn at Aja gave him a painful lesson in formats. The Aja utilities tell you a lot. No way to change it. Canon didn't know what SF was either. Oh, that's too much. That is too much. Well, Amnon, it's a good thing you didn't get a hold of me because I could have told you a thing. Goodness gracious. Daniel Wright's got to go. He's got to do the stream, the Lenten service again tonight. Blessings on you, Daniel, and all of your group. Okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Yep, maybe time for us to pull the plug on this little rascal too. If you're watching and this is the first time you're watching and you've made it this far, you're probably thinking, what the heck is going on? But I want to thank you for watching this far. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, well, if you're watching us on YouTube and you have Facebook, we'd love you to come join our Streaming Idiots Facebook group because that's a lot of fun. If you're watching on the Eastern Shore Broadcasting website, come on over to the Streaming Idiots Facebook group and just go to Facebook and do a search for Streaming Idiots and it'll pop up. And a lot of the folks that hang out in the chat room for this show hang out in the Streaming Idiots Facebook group. Yeah, Giles is like, has the show started yet? I think, Giles, we're in post-show. See where it says post-show right there? There we go. Martin K says, typically if a device will receive interlaced video, it will also accept PSF video. In fact, that's probably exactly why PSF was invented, because the only way they could receive it back in the broadcast days was if it was interlaced. Steve Brown says, great show. Thanks, Tom. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dave. See you next week. Timothy is TTFN. There you go. Otis says, thank you, Etna. And Chris is saying, no, Giles, the show starts in 3 hours on CNN today. That's right. We're getting close to the end of the trailer, though. Yeah, that's right. We're getting close to the end of the beginning. Amnon said, this is not PSF, just SF. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, except that PSF, Progressive Segmented Frames, has the acronym PSF or SF. So SF is Progressive Segmented Frames, according to Wikipedia, according to Timothy McGowan. Thank you, Timothy. So I would think if you set the card to interlaced, if that is an option on the card, which it probably is. Tommy, SF is the version with bladder problems, no P. Yeah, it's got a prostate issue, Tommy. Anyway, as I was saying, join us on Streaming Idiots. We'd love to have you. If you're coming to NAB, we would definitely love to have you Tuesday night for the Streaming Idiot meetup, and then, of course, live at the PTZ Optics booth in Main Hall on Wednesday for the Streaming Idiot show live. And Martin K., there was rumors a while back that you might make it to NAB this year. That would be spectacular. If that's the case, and you guys have a chance to bump into him, you definitely want to put him on the list of people that you want to spend some time talking with. Yep, he's brilliant. Brilliant. All right, my friends, my guys and gals. Let's see who's left. Steve, Frank, Christy, Chris, Guest 949, thank you for joining us. And then a long number guest, thank you for joining us. Anderson, Mark, Martin, Giles, Don, Mike, Amnon, Christopher, John, Dave, Jerome, Tommy, Merle, and Martin. Yeah, Martin, we gave you a shout out for the PTZ Optics cams there in Switzerland and curling. And I don't know if you were on the show when we were talking about curling earlier, but I was. I'm going to repeat this story because it's so funny to me. But I was in the auto parts store buying auto parts the other day, and these big burly guys, they were talking, they're like American football, and and they were talking about curling and how they enjoyed watching it, and they were talking about some of the gear and the broom that's not a broom anymore, and other things, and it was just amazing. I think curling is in the process. In the process of arriving here in the States. If the guys are talking about it in the auto parts store, it's arrived. So anyway, that's fun. Oh, Martin K. said he's definitely going. He's all booked. Outstanding. Martin, I hope you will let me take you out to dinner one night. Maybe just the two of us, or we could pick up a crowd. Anyway, we'll get together on that. That'll be fun. And I guess that's it. Roomba curling. Christy says Roomba curling. Oh, that would be fun. Well, folks, thank you for honoring me by tuning in today. I definitely feel honored, and I apologize for not having a show, but hey, we made a show out of it. Thank you for your help. I will see you guys next Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern when we bring you another underwhelming edition of the Streaming Idiots series. Until then, I wish you a fond farewell, and let's see if our post-show close works, if our outro works. I think we have to go back here first. Then we'll go to the outro.